Hello and welcome. Today is Tuesday, February the 2nd. It is our very second day of Number Corner in February. And today, the only thing we're going to talk about is Calendar Collector. Every month when we start a new month, we spend time focused specifically on what each workout will look before we start updating them all together and throwing other things in there. Yesterday, we talked about how we're going to be doing some multi-step word problems and writing equations for those problems and not just solving them. Today, we're going to talk about what we're collecting. And this month, for every day that we are in school, we are going to collect degrees. Now, when you hear the word degrees, are you thinking about how many degrees it is outside? Well, we're not collecting that type of degree. We are collecting a degree, meaning an angle, okay? So when you talk about a full, like a circle, so you might see the circle behind me, maybe. If you go around that full circle, you went 360 degrees. That is a full rotation. I could start a full rotation from 0 and go all the way around. I can start at 90 and go all the way back around to 90. But if I make a full circle turn, that's called a 360 degree turn. Okay, it's a rotation. So we can think about it like maybe the hands on a clock. Okay, so at the 12 would be our 0 mark here. And when we go all the way around and then up at 12 again, we have rotated exactly 360 degrees. How many degrees? 360 degrees. So I want you to make some connections about degrees and think about if you've seen or done any turns anywhere in your life where people may say something about however many degrees. All right, how about skateboarding? Anybody skateboard? Where would we see degrees in skateboarding? How about when you are pivoting, if you're playing basketball and you have to pivot if somebody's guarding you, or if you watch basketball? Maybe if you're dancing and you do a nice beautiful twirl. All of those turns you're really turning with degrees or making some angles with your body, okay? So we're going to collect degrees this month, and I'm going to model how to do that in just a moment. But first, I want to show you the spinner. Here's the spinner that we are going to use this month to make our collection. And look at the numbers. See if I can move the arrow a little bit. We have 1, we have 45, 30, and 15. Whatever we spin, that's how many degrees we're going to collect that day. Okay? And we're going to collect it on this circle. So I want you to look at this circle, and I want you to tell me, let me zoom in, where do you see 1 degree? Since 1 is one of our possible things that we could collect for the day. Where's 1? Do you see it? So 1 would be right here, this very first tick mark, because it looks like our circle is counting by, right, it's counting by tens. So if I was to get 1, it would be right here, which would be a very, very, very small angle. What about the number 15? Where do you see 15? Let's see if I can label some of these for you. So there's 1. Okay, where's 15? I would find 15 halfway between 10 and 20. And I could count like this, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, here's 15. This line right here that the arrow is trying to touch. Okay, then where would I see 30? 30 is easy because 30 is already labeled for us. One more, how about 45? Halfway between 40 and 50. 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Right here. So we're going to be collecting one of these 4 different types of angles today. Now, 1 degree is just a single degree. It's the basic unit of measurement for angles. Now, can you think about what it would look like to turn 1 degree? Here's what it would look like. Let me show you. Let me zoom in here. This is 1 degree. It's so tiny. So maybe if we think about our body and we're facing forward and you turn like this, maybe not even that much, ever so slightly, you just turn 1 degree. But how many degrees is it if I turn all the way around? How many degrees? Right, 360. So what you're seeing here is 1 360th. I think that's how you would say it if you're reading it in fractional terms. Okay, any other observations about this, this circle? Anything else familiar? What about 90 degrees? I know you guys know 90 degrees because we talk about 90-degree angles when we're talking about squares, rectangles, or even right triangles. Remember we talked about right triangles the other month? Yeah. So 90 degrees. What else? That's also what we would call 1/4 of a rotation. And maybe that's why we have these darkened lines here. So we know 90 degrees, and normally we represent that by putting a square in the corner so we can see that it's a perfect 90-degree angle. What else might you recognize? Anybody ever heard of 180? So here's 0. Let me scroll down. Here's 180. Have you heard the term make a 180-degree turn? Right, that means you start here, you're facing here. If I want to turn 180 degrees, now I'm facing my window here. So you're not doing a full rotation. It would just be, what fraction? It would be half. So if I made a 180-degree angle, that would be half. So I see 1/4. I can see a half if I go from here all the way down to 180. That's 1/2 of my circle. Can anybody tell me what fraction would 45 be? We know 45. We labeled it earlier. Let me label it again. 41, 42, 43, 44. 45 is here. Now what do we know about 45 in relationship to 90? 45 is half of 90. 90 is a 1/4 of an angle, so 45 degrees would be, I'm going to show my degree symbol. That's how we write degrees. 45 degrees would be half of 1/4, which is actually 1/8. What about 30 degrees? Since we can get 30 on our spinner, let's see how many 30s are in 360. There's a 30, plus another 30 is 60, so that's 2, 3, 4 to 120, 5, 6. So 6 halfway, which means there'll be another 6 this way. So there are 12 30-degree angles. So a 30-degree angle is 1/12 of a circle. Interesting, right? I think so too. So if you didn't get what I'm saying right now, if it's like going over your head, it's okay because we are going to continue working with angles this month. And I promise you, if you're paying attention, if you're participating, if you're thinking while you're watching this video, it should make more sense to you by the end of this month. So let's go ahead and spin the spinner so we can collect our very first angle for the month of February. Now we're on day 2, which means we really need to spin the spinner twice because we collect for every day of school in February. So I'm going to go to my spinner page and I'm going to spin. Ready? Here we go. 30. So how many degrees are we collecting for the very first time? 30 degrees. And I am going to show that on my page here. And I'm going to show it like this. I'm going to really you should take a straight edge. If I were doing this on the board, I would need like a ruler or something so that I can make a very straight line. So I do this, and then I would make my arc here just to show you what the angle looks like. There's the angle. And then I would shade it in. And I'm going to shade it in, but I'm going to do so really quickly, so it's probably going to look a little crazy. So far we've collected 30 degrees, and we said 30 degrees was 1/12 of a whole circle. All right, let's just get a little more shaded, and we're good to go. So now we are going to record this on our recording sheet for this month. And here's my recording sheet. We're going to record for every day. So for day 1, which was yesterday, I'm going to record that I spun 30, okay, which is 30 degrees, okay, 30 degrees, and I don't know how to make a degree symbol on my computer here, so just imagine that this is the degree symbol, so that's saying that I have 30 1-degree angles, right? If I'm spinning 30 degrees, it's 1 plus 1 plus 1, 30 times. So my total right now is I have a total of 30 degrees. Maybe I should just write the word degrees because I can't make the little symbol right now. Now, we also always make observations about what we know. And so if I were to fill in my observation part of the recording sheet, I would say that maybe I know or I understand that 30 degrees is 1/12 of a full rotation. It is because we counted 12 30-degree chunks that are in a full rotation. But we're not done because we have to roll again for today, which is day 2. So let's roll again. A measly old 1. So I'm going to go back to my my circle here. I'm going to change my color this time. And it's going to be really hard for me to show 1 or to color in 1. So I'm just going to, maybe I'll get my line here. I'll just do a purple line, maybe right next to my red line, because 1 degree is like so hard to see. Okay? Are we good? So every day we're going to update our calendar collector. And I wonder how many degrees we will collect this month. So far, we have 31 degrees because we spun a 1, which means we had added a 1 degree angle, gives us a total of 31. So I wonder how many we will get this month. I'll see you guys tomorrow.